Hello, this is Investment Trains brought to you courtesy of the Zambia Development Agency and ZNBC. Now, business development and aftercare services are very critical for retaining investment and encouraging reinvestment in every economy. This week on the program, we host the ZDA Business Development Department to learn more about what they do and what clients should expect from the agency. My guest in the studio is Mr. Dennis Sikaulu, ZDA Manager Development, Business Development. Sir, it's good to have you in the studio. And how is ZDA?
Thank you for having me. ZDA is fine, and greetings to the viewers out there.
Good. And I would like to just quickly find out from you what you are doing in terms of development about in relation to the role of Zambia Development Agency, business development in relation to ZDA. What are you doing in that area?
Oh, thank you, Hezron. With regards to business development and specifically in the context of the ZDA, these are the various non-financial support services that we offer to an array of the clients that we have. ZDA caters for the development of micro, small and medium enterprises, as well as large investors, both foreign direct investment as well as local direct investment. So the various services that we cater to these clients are what form the business development support services that we offer.
Awesome. Just kindly elaborate on the various business services that you have alluded to that you are offering to your clients.
Okay, we actually offer a wide array of different business development support services, both before the clients start the business as well as after they start implementing the business and during the whole life cycle of the business. These vary from specifically for the large investors. They vary from the provision of activation of incentives. You may wish to know that under the ZDA Act, various businesses who register with the ZDA are entitled to different kinds of incentives that they enjoy. So we help with the activation of those incentives through the Ministry of Finance. Once that is done, clients can come to us now for tax rebates. So which means when they are importing various machinery and equipment, which they qualify for, and they need tax rebates from the Zambia Revenue Authority, they come to us and then we approve those rebates and they're able to take the letters to ZRA to enjoy the tax rebates. Of course, there are other things like stakeholder engagement. You know, we help with policy formulation, policy recommendation for the business environment based on the feedback that we get from our various clients.
Of course, I know that tax rebates could be one of the items that should be popular amongst the services that you are offering. But let's also look at aftercare services to investors. What do you mean?
Okay, so basically, aftercare services are various services that we offer in terms of, you know, when I'll give you a simple example. When you buy, let's say, a TV from a shop, there's what is called after-sale service, which means after you've bought the product, you're entitled to certain services. It is a similar way with aftercare. Once you have registered with the agency, then we're going to provide you with different kind of aftercare services after you register, so that you can be able to, you know, run your business smoothly and then have less and less problems for yourself.
So why is this important for clients? You did mention tax rebate and then also tax incentives for any small and medium enterprise who are into export that would want to find out, also import actually, more especially import. They want to find out the benefits of the tax rebates that you can afford them. So just those two. Why is it important, and what tax rebates that your clients are benefiting from your services?
Okay, so the major tax rebates that they enjoy at the moment is exemption from paying duty on machinery and equipment for those who are located in the multi-facility economic zones, in the industrial parks, as well as in the rural areas. So those enjoy exemption from paying tax on machinery and equipment that they import. Also, there's accelerated depreciation on capital equipment that they have. Now, why this is important is that once you have a happy investor, an investor who has less and less problems, it means they'll be able to serve their clients better. When clients are also happy, they'll be repeat purchase, isn't it? So similarly with the same investors that we service, once we give them the aftercare services, which is continuous, they're able to sort out a lot of the problems that they would otherwise have, and this makes their businesses successful. So what that means is that once their businesses are successful, they should be able to reinvest into the country again. So once they reinvest, it's a benefit for the country, because obviously it's got a ripple effect. The treasury benefits through the various taxes that are paid through the employees, and also the statutory obligations that the companies pay. Over and above that, it's also helpful in that SMEs are also able to benefit, because once these businesses are doing fine, they're able to also engage with the smaller businesses, our local businesses, so that they can be able to benefit from them as well.
That's beautiful. Just kindly take us through the impact of the services that you've been offering.
Okay, so once we offer the aftercare services to the investors, it helps in terms of retaining them in the country. It helps them to grow their businesses. So we're going to have more foreign direct investment in the country. It also acts as a reference to attract more investors from outside the country, because once these investors are happy here, they'll be able to speak for the country to other foreign investors who would like to come and invest in Zambia, because we've got a very favorable investment climate actually in this country. And then also it promotes rather the spillover effects, which I've already mentioned, where SMEs will be able to benefit. That's also one of the impacts. And then last and not the least, it contributes to the building of industries throughout the country. You do know that for any economy to be able to grow, there must be a lot of industry in the country.
Exactly.
Yes, so Zambia is at a point where we need to build more and more industries. So one of the ways in which this is done is through the aftercare that we provide, so that these companies can be able to either reinvest or expand, or indeed speak for us to their colleagues out there to come and invest in the country.
Beautiful. Word of mouth is everything.
That's correct.
Now, you've actually just shed more light on what I was looking at here. But let's look at your statistics in terms of investment and jobs that have been actualized through the service that you've been offering.
Okay, so over the last 5 or so years, the actualized investment has been well over $2 billion US dollars, which in Kwacha, I was just trying to do a calculation, is somewhere around 47 billion Zambian Kwacha. The number of jobs that have been actualized over the past 5 years is well over 120,000 jobs.
Wow, that's really, really a good. The margins look very good.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing with most of us is that we like to concentrate on the numbers. We can hear about the numbers, but
right.
How is that reflecting on the ground? There's always this anxiety that numbers can be projected, but is the impact that significant on the ground?
It actually is. The figures that I've given you are actually those for actualized investment. It means the investment which has actually been done, okay, and the actual number of jobs that have been created. This was done, these figures were given to me rather by our colleagues from our research department, monitoring and evaluation, because once we register these investors, we offer them the various services. We've got the monitoring and evaluation department which goes out there afterwards to go and check what is the impact. And they do, not really an audit, but they're able to find out a lot of things, including how much has actually been invested compared to what was projected. Same thing with the jobs. They will be able to find out what's the number of jobs that has been created based in comparison with the ones that were projected.
Beautiful. Let's talk about your strategies in relation to this year, 2021. What strategies are you employing for maximum impact?
Well, this year is a rather difficult year. It has started at a difficult note due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We witnessed a little bit of a slowdown even in the past year. So currently as an agency, we are trying to focus more on reinvestment. And by reinvestment, we mean we already have those investors who have invested in the country, the foreign investors. We are trying to encourage them to reinvest. In short, they should be able to invest more money. They should be able to expand their businesses. They should be able to open up subsidiaries. So that's what we are promoting, because those who are already here, they already know what it is to be like in Zambia. And the other thing that we are looking at is also the promotion of local direct investment.
Beautiful.
So we're also trying to promote a lot of local investment from our indigenous Zambians. It can be in form of individuals investing, it can be families. Sometimes we help to cluster these investors to invest together. So we're really trying to promote local direct investment as well as reinvestment amongst the foreign investors.
That's very beautiful. So what is your word to potential and existing clients?
Oh, wow. So my word, I think, would just be an encouragement. If you are a business in Zambia, regardless of whether you are micro, small, or medium, please come through to the Zambia Development Agency. We should be able to provide you with the services that I've talked about, the various business development support services, regardless at the level at which you are, whether you are micro, whether you are small, you are medium, you are large, or indeed even if you are an informal business who hasn't yet started. The ZDA will be able to provide these services to you. You will note that ordinarily there are certain services that you get from consultants, and as a business you pay money for. You'll be able to access this for free at ZDA, since we're a government department.
Companies who are situated, operating in the M phase and economic zones are the ones that are benefiting in some of these strategies and incentives, like tax rebates for them to not have to pay duty on equipment and the likes. Now, I want to look at the small and medium enterprise who are not that, they haven't established themselves to that extent. So what benefits are you giving them so that they can also benefit from the tax rebates and tax incentives?
Okay, so micro, small, and medium enterprises as well qualify to enjoy various incentives that are offered by the ZDA in terms of the fiscal incentives. So as long as they are located in the same areas, it could be an industrial park, it could be a multi-facility economic zone, but also, like I mentioned, rural areas. And rural areas, for the purpose of the enjoyment of incentives, refers to those towns which are other than Lusaka, Livingstone, Chipata, and Ndola. So any other town is considered rural for the purpose of the incentive structure. So SMEs are not excluded from this. They are also able to benefit in terms of importing machinery and equipment without paying duty. So I think that's one way. And then also there are various business development support services that SMEs can enjoy from the ZDA, regardless of their location. The ZDA offers a lot of training programs. There are a lot of capacity building programs for SMEs in terms of business management, in terms of changing the entrepreneurial mindset of these SMEs. The ZDA has signed memorandum of understanding with a lot of the big chain stores and the big hotels and so on, so that the SMEs who produce whatever it is they produce, we're able to link them to these chain stores and other companies and our business linkages program. There are a lot of other services that we offer, access to finance. You know, we have MOUs with a lot of these financing institutions and cooperating partners. So SMEs who are in need of financing, we're able to point them to the right place to be able to access financing. We also have, as the ZDA, a fund which is called the Zambia Export Development Fund. This is a European Union fund, but it sits in the ZDA. It's a fund which we help SMEs to get to the point at which they're able to export. So there are a lot of services available even for the SMEs.
What's the traffic like? Are people responding to your cause?
Yes, indeed, people are responding. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, we have got this unfortunate pandemic at the moment. So everybody is trying to limit any physical contact. But we do have a lot of inquiries from SMEs who we are helping. At the moment, we've got colleagues who are out there trying to provide various services to the SMEs, various trainings. So the traffic is quite high, but we need as many people as possible to come and access these incentives. Like I said, all you have to do is to register with us. We don't charge for the services that we offer.
I've noticed from research now that those disposable masks are becoming harmful or hazardous to our environment. Is there anything that ZDA can do to support these tailors and also the manufacturing industry in terms of tailoring or into manufacturing of cloth? Yeah, cloth, yes.
Face masks. Yes, the ZDA has actually been involved with a lot of SMEs who are in the textile cluster.
Yes.
We have assisted a number of them to access markets in terms of the supply of face masks. So you realize that most of these institutions who have been buying face masks buy them in bulk. So our colleagues in the Enterprise Development Department have been involved in clustering the tailors who are into the manufacturing of face masks and linking them to the market. So that's we've been on top of things on that as well.
You are there, you are into textile. Some good news is that ZDA is offering some benefits that you can take advantage of, and I think this is welcome because there are a lot of young people who have ventured into textile industry who want to survive during this period of COVID-19. Sir, I'll give you an opportunity to just give the audience, the viewers, the closing remarks.
Well, my closing remarks, once again, would just be to re-emphasize that the ZDA, we have got an open door policy. So please do not in any way feel intimidated to come to our office. We've got an office in Livingstone at the one-stop shop. We've got an office in Chipata, and we also, of course, have the head office here in Lusaka, which is located at Government Complex, Privatization House. And we also have one more office in town, which is located along Cairo Road. So I just want to encourage every business person out there, whether you are informal, whether you're micro, you're small, you're medium, you're large, you're a foreign investor, you're a local investor, please feel free to come to ZDA so that we can be able to offer you the various business development support services that we offer to all our clients.
That's welcome. So there you have it. ZDA is an open door policy that you can walk in. Sometimes a barrier could be that you can't even write a proposal.
That's right.
So ZDA will be able to facilitate, assist. All you have to do is tell the staff at ZDA your story, your business idea. There's some insecurity about business idea where you share an idea, the next thing you find someone thriving with your idea. How is the idea generation and shared ideas protected under ZDA?
Well, like I mentioned, ZDA is a government institution. We fall under the Ministry of Commerce.
They won't steal anybody's idea.
We would never stolen anyone's idea, and you will be amazed at the number of business ideas that we get. Sometimes people will come to you and say, this idea I'm thinking, but I can't give you details. But somebody else comes with the same idea, you help them, they grow. You know, then they say, I wish I had come earlier.
I had come earlier.
So just come ZDA. We help you in terms of preparing your business plan, in terms of commercializing your business, in terms of helping you with setting up the secondary licenses that you need. We'll be able to provide you with, we are a one-stop shop for business.
Beautiful. So there you have it. You've heard, it's put a stamp on it. One-stop business facilitation. Everything is right there at ZDA. Well, this has been Investment Trends, brought to you courtesy of the Zambia Development Agency and ZNBC. I've been your host, Hezron Ngosa. Well, see you and God bless you.